What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's the first game of the playoffs for the Winnipeg Jets, game 1 against the Colorado Avalanche, and this was one of the most bananas games I have ever seen in my entire life. This was not the game I was expecting, and we're going to talk about it, but 7-6, Winnipeg Jets win over the Colorado Avalanche. How did we get here? We're going to talk about it. Pre-game, Mason Appleton talking about how this is the hungriest Jets team he's ever seen. He's ready to run through a wall. So, it's making me want to run through a wall. I'm jacked up. I predicted Colorado to lose in 5 games to the Winnipeg Jets. They're going to win 4-1 in the series. That was my prediction. And the Jets came out trying to hit everybody and kind of forgot there was a hockey game going on. I'm going to be real with you. They kept, forechecking, getting down deep and crunching guys early on, and not just, those depth players for Colorado, but the stars of the Avalanche, Makar, McKinnon. They were beating them up early, but they were getting caught deep in their own zone, and the Avalanche were having odd man rushes going the other way. And I said, if they can kill the rush, keep the Avalanche from going north-south, the Jets will have success. And early on, the Avalanche were playing their game and really having their way with Winnipeg. I think the shots were 11-1, midway through that first period, and they were up 1-0. Val Nichushkin opened the scoring, and Winnipeg looked in trouble early on. It looked like they had a little bit too much adrenaline, maybe trying a little bit too hard, and the Avalanche capitalized on their mistakes, and that was a common theme through this game. It took a little while for the Jets to get into it, but once they did, there was no looking back. Josh Morrissey blasts one first of the postseason, first goal for the Jets in the postseason from Connor and Dylan, and he ties this game up. And just a little bit later on, Vlad Nemestikov would actually get a turnover and fire it past Georgiev, and it's 2-1 Winnipeg. Goaltending kind of an issue for the Avs as of late. Remember, in the regular season, the last game that the Jets played against Colorado, they beat them 7-0 in a beatdown. So, not totally what Colorado was looking for early on. They gave Georgiev a week off before the playoffs started, try to get him reset. So far, does not look like it had worked. So now 2-1 Winnipeg, and they had momentum. They were going downhill, and then Miles Wood ruins the party and scores on Connor Hellebuyck. Now we've got a 2-2 game, and everyone's getting reset, going back to the dot. Avalanche take possession, go down the other way. McKinnon flutters one on net, and it just, weak one goes right through Hellebuyck, and that one hurt. I was just kind of sitting there being like, what is going on, right? It was just, 1-1. It was just 2-2, and now it's 3-2. Like, this game is crazy early on. And then Mark Scheifele decided to make it even crazier. Gabe Vilardi makes a really nice pass in tight in front to Mark Scheifele, and he tips it home. And it is now a 3-3 hockey game. What a crazy period. That's how the first period would finally end. And I'm thinking, okay, the second period surely is going to be more lax, right? And it was. The Avalanche came out for the first part of the period, definitely pressing Winnipeg, but Winnipeg had the momentum for a lot of that second period. They were going downhill just before the 9-minute mark in the second period. Adam Lowry would be on a 2-on-1. He'd keep it himself going down the left side and score, giving Winnipeg the lead again, 4-3. And man, I don't know, Adam Lowry looked different today, guys. He was definitely the best player on the ice, in my opinion, for the Jets. He was really good. He was throwing the body, not afraid to, get into scuffles. We know Adam Lowry, the captain, coming up big. Playoff Adam Lowry, a little bit different than regular season Adam Lowry. This guy is certified dog status. Gives the Jets the lead, and that's how the second period would end. A little bit more controlled, a little bit more calm, and I thought that this is how it was going to be going into the third. Once again, I was wrong. Not even 5 minutes into the third period, Adam Lowry went God mode, knocked down Mikko Rantanen, smoked him along the boards, gets in sneaky, Mason Appleton feeds him in front, and he scores. It looked like it went in. They had to review this one, but the puck did just cross the line. Kind of a weird bounce off the inside of the post there, almost stayed out, but Adam Lowry with his second of the game, that was elite. That was unbelievable, and that's when you really felt like, okay, the Jets have this one. They're now up 5-3, and things seemed like they were going okay. Just over 2 minutes later, the Jets would get a power play, and Kyle Connor would rip it. It is now 6-3. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, this one's over, right? Well, this is where it got absolutely crazy. So the Avs would get a power play of their own and score rather quickly. Lehkonen actually credited with the goal, and man, you know, it was like, okay, whatever, still up 2, that's fine. But then Kyle Connor would add another goal for Winnipeg, so they're up 7-4 now with, you know, maybe 11 minutes left to go in the game, roughly 11:06. And then the Avs started going crazy. I mean, they're pushing. This is the kind of storm I was talking about earlier on in the videos about the Jets and the Avs. They need to weather the storm when this happens. And they did an okay job, but man, did the Avs have their chances. And Cale Makar would score on the power play. Now we've got a 7-5 game, right? So it's getting a little bit crazy, a little bit, you know, kind of not loving this. The Jets were facing an onslaught, and Casey Middlestat scores with 30 seconds left with the goalie pulled, and it was 7-6. But it was too little too late for the Avalanche. What a wild, crazy game. The Jets hold on to win in front of the Winnipeg Whiteout for the first time since, 2018. So that was big. Fans going crazy. What a just weird game, right? I mean, I don't know. I didn't predict a 7-6 game. I thought this game was going to be 4-2 Winnipeg. That was my prediction going into this one. I expect next game will be a lot, more tamed down. I think there's going to be a lot less mistakes. But the common theme in this game was mistakes. So many of those goals that happened for both teams just happened on the slightest little bit of mistakes. Dylan Sandberg fires one up the middle of the ice. Miles Wood scores. And then later on, Logan Stanley makes kind of an errant pass up the middle, exits the zone, but Colorado gets possession, and then that's how Nathan MacKinnon scored to make it 3-2, right? Then if you go on the Avalanche side, free pizza given up to Vlad Nemestikov to give the Jets the lead. Adam Lowry comes in and just exposes a defensive breakdown. And this just kept going throughout the entire game. And I expect that a lot of these players are going to be a lot more disciplined and a lot more calm. I think jitters were definitely in the air for both the Winnipeg Jets and the Avalanche. The Jets, you could see it big time. Everybody kind of wanted to be a hero, I kind of thought. Everybody wanted to be that guy to set the tone. And I think in doing that, they actually hurt themselves early on in the game. The first 10 minutes were not kind to the Jets. So, see what happens going forward here. But I expect Game 2 to be a lot more tight and a lot more technical. Despite letting in 6 goals, Connor Hellebuyck had 40 saves on the night. Not the most elite night ever for Connor, but I still thought he had a really solid game. I didn't walk away thinking that, he really had a shitty night or anything like that. I can't say the same for his counterpartner, Alexander Georgiev. That guy was hot ass today. 7 goals on 23 shots against. Not good, and I don't think that he's going to be playing next game if Nunanen is healthy. Of course, he was sick. I would be shocked to see Alexander Georgiev in net come Game 2, because that was really, really bad by the Colorado Avalanche goaltender there. That was a sickening performance, and they could have won if he could have had some timely stops, and the Jets were just able to capitalize on every mistake, and he just could not come up clutch for them whatsoever. But next game, I do expect a Nunanen, and I do expect a tighter checking game. Big ol' Shining Star Award going to Adam Lowry. No question on this one. The captain coming up big today, scoring 2 massive goals to give the Jets the lead and to put them up 5-3 early on in the third period. It was a monster, just hitting everything that moved out there. Adam Lowry is your big ol' shining star of Game 1. And look, guys, I feel pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, 7-6 game, not what I was expecting. The only worry that I really have with Winnipeg going forward here is the penalty kill, because it was really bad. Colorado's power play is really good, right? It's just how it is. They have some of the best players in the world over there on the Avs, and they're very hard to stop. So Winnipeg does need to tighten that up a little bit. I think it will get better, but really, I felt pretty okay about this game. Have to tone down the mistakes, and I think now that we've got the jitters out, we're going to see a really good series between these two teams. I think that one was kind of an outlier, and I don't think any of the other games are going to really be like that. More of a track meet style game, and just really doesn't fit the Jets style. The Avs like to run and gun, but I don't think that they're going to be able to next game. I think there's going to be a ton of adjustments, and now that we've seen both teams go head to head, I think that it will definitely be calming down a bit. But with all that said, guys, I'm done here. Wild game. That was absolutely crazy. It was a ton of fun. My heart's still racing from last night. Let me know what you guys think down below. What the hell happened last night? Let me know. But yeah, I'm out of here, guys. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.